Hello everyone. Today I'm back on the CBR 125. Thought I'd try and do a little review of it. So this was the bike I learned on, and it's been a great little bike for the last 18 months or so. When I got on this for the first time, it was a bit of a shock because I'd never ridden a geared bike before, and I hadn't had any training beforehand, but I had been driving a car for a long time, so I sort of understood gears and the clutch and how everything worked, and I had a few troubles to start with, but nothing major. I mean, it's obviously built to learn on, so it's not too tricky. So some of the great things about this bike are the fuel economy of it. This thing seems to run forever. Can usually get about 2 weeks worth of commuting out of it before I have to fill up. And it's roughly about 18 miles a day. So, and you can bring the tank for £9, which is pretty darn good. I was always quite impressed by this thing's power until I sat on my R6, and then I realised that there really isn't any power at all. But for learning, I think this is the absolute perfect bike, because every other 125 bike I've ridden has been horrible. Really, really horrible. It's like it was almost designed not to be ridden well. Whereas with the CBR, the seating position is good, the brakes are really good, it can get a reasonable top speed. I've never really struggled. I think even though I was going downhill, the top I've managed to top it out about sort of 75, which around town is more than enough. Another good thing about it is it's really, really thin, so you can get through the tightest of gaps, which is very good. Some of the things I don't really like about the CBR, they're not many. One of the things though is, like, when it comes to clean it, it's an absolute pig. So there's no mud guard on the back, above the back wheel, so every time you ride anywhere, it just flicks up all the grime and crap and horrible stuff from the road up into the most inaccessible places under the bike that you wouldn't be able to reach without completely disassembling it, which is a massive hassle and not something you want to really be dealing with. I mean, I rode this bike all through the winter. I ride it every day, so it does get dirty. So that's a bit of a hassle. But apart from that, I've never had anything go wrong with it. And if you're looking for a learner bike, I mean, these things are pretty cheap now. I mean, I'm going to be selling this one soon, and I'm hoping to get around 1,000 for it, which I think is, considering what the bike can do and how I think it looks absolutely brilliant as well. This is a 2005 Repsol model, and as soon as I saw this bike when I was looking for one, I thought I knew that was the one I wanted. I always thought, the Yamaha YZF 125, it does look like a proper big bike and everything, but it's just pretty expensive. Even the second hand, I mean, maybe they've come down a bit now since they've been out a little while, but like £3,500 for like a 125 bike is a heck of a lot, unless you want to hold on to it for a long time. Being a 125, obviously the acceleration isn't fantastic. I mean, off the line, you can beat away pretty much any car, no problem. But it does take a while to get up to its top speed. Other good things about this bike, the insurance was pretty good on it. I mean, like I said in a previous video, I'm 27, so I'm a bit older than, you know, I guess a lot of learners might be. But for me, the insurance is was £70 a month. Which is pretty good. Very, very manageable. I hate it when they do that. It's always quite unnerving to see a large van rolling back towards you, even if you have left a decent gap. Other good points about this bike is it's incredibly light. You can really throw this. Hello. You can really throw this bike around. That's about as far as we're going to get. I mean, the CBR has just the right amount of power through town. Never feels like it's struggling. So as I said, I was riding this 18 months before I took my DAS, and yeah, I couldn't have asked for a more fun bike to learn on, I don't think, considering we're restricted to 125s here. It's definitely 1,000 times more fun than a scooter. I'm going to take the wing mirror off the Bentley, that'll be expensive. So here's a quick look at the Repsol. This is the fairing that got a bit scratched when I got knocked off. It's a bit dirty, it needs a wash, but I mean, like I said before, it was a pretty good repair, but it's a little bit not quite as smooth as the OEM. So other points about the CBR, which, well, didn't really become obvious until I rode something different, was the the R6 anyway. The gearbox on the CBR, it's very clunky. It feels very, I don't know, Soviet, I guess. To be, yeah, you can hear it really clicking really loudly into gear. You have to really give it a good old stamp to get it in there. Whereas the R6, it just flicks into gear when you barely touch it, which is really nice. I really thought it was going to be the other way around. I thought this was the normal and the R6 would be heavy. Thanks for watching, and as always, if you've got any feedback or comments or whatever, just let me know. I hope to hear from you soon. Until then, take it easy.